All right, so in today's lesson class, we're going to be designing a van. So I brought in this image. My theme is going to be water. So I have the template of the van here on this layer. Brought in this image. Now I did go edit, transform, and I flipped it horizontally. That's how it came in. And actually, that's how I want it. So the first thing I'm going to do is Control T. I'm going to be putting it here in this space, but I need to make sure first off it covers the whole space. I'm going to rotate it a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to lower the opacity so I can kind of see where is it going to go and how do I want it to look. Control T. I'm going to move it down a little bit. Okay. Like that. Okay. Now I pretty much have it the way I want it. There is one option. I can go edit, transform, and I can distort or perspective it. If I perspective it, I can maybe kind of make it look so it's a little bit more realistic. That will definitely come in handy when we're doing the toe part. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my eraser tool and I'm going to come in here and erase the parts I don't need. And I would really zoom in, okay, because you want to make it accurate. I'm going to up it just a hair. Okay. You can also use your lasso tool for this. Okay. Okay. I'm going to use my, just kind of scroll up. And again, I can make it a little bit more accurate. Right now, I'm just getting the rough draft. I can come back in and clean up my edges better. Okay, so I'm going to this section here. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to come around here. Again, continue just to work through. Now, this part, it gets a little tricky, so make sure I come up here. Now, this Vans tag, I'm going to tag it do something different to it. Okay, and I missed a little section there. Um, Again, now to get the laces, I'm going to need to erase out the laces. Lower my opacity so I can really see where they are. Okay. So again, there we go. If you have to lower the opacity, some do. Okay. And again, I'm going to go in and color in all of this. So let's see where we're at now. That looks pretty darn good. Okay. All right. I'm going to up the opacity here on my layer back to 100. And that looks fantastic. Now, this is a little section here I need to fix. Okay. And this Vans tag I need to clean up. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So that's the very first section. So I have the very first, oh, that looks awesome. Okay. So I'm going to open it up. And okay. So there we have that first sort of wave. Okay. Now I'm going to put in another wave here. Okay. Also make sure you're saving your work to your H drive. Okay. So I'm going to go back here and let's grab, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to right click, copy image, bring it back in. Now, Control V. Okay. So I'm going to have it go like this. But I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to make sure it's nice and big. I'm going to rotate it. And now I'm actually going to perspective it, warp it. Okay. So transform and probably going to have to distort first. Yeah. Okay. And then I might warp it. Now, warping, what the warping is going to do is it's just going to have it match your contour. So see how that's kind of making that, it almost now kind of matches the roundabout of my shoe. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, just so that it looks decent. And I'm going to use my arrows. I'm going to move it up a little. Again, lower your opacity. Okay. Zoom in and then use your eraser tool. Again, to the best of your ability. Okay. Now here I made a little mistake. I can come in with my clone tool and fix that. Okay. I can also make it a little bit bigger, and then there we go. Now let's see where we're at here. I'm going to zoom in some more. Okay. I'm going to get my eraser tool here. Okay, there we go. And then you can also use your lasso tool, right? That always is a great option. Okay. Especially once you clean everything up. Okay. All right. So let's just kind of get that out of the way. I'm going to grab my lasso tool and use my lasso tool to get this extra stuff here. Delete, Control D, get rid of your dancing ants. Again, use your lasso tool. And then before I end the demo, I'm going to show you one more thing here. Delete. Okay, Control D. Okay, that's looking pretty great. So I will now up it. Okay. All right. So as I'm building my van, okay, I'm building my parts. Okay. Um, grab your eraser tool, clean it up. Okay, I might need to kind of push it out a little there. You don't want to smudge it too much because, of course, you don't want it to look funny because you know how the smudging. One of the things, once you're all said and done, I would probably merge these two layers, or at least smudge them in. Okay. But you don't want to do that until you're totally finished. Okay. We would clean up these edges. Very similar to when we were working on our animal fusion project. Okay. Now, another thing you can do is get a fresh layer. Let's say I'm going to color in my, so click on your actual van. I'm going to get my magic wand tool. I'm going to click on the shoelaces here. Okay, but be careful. My tolerance is at 32. I'm going to lower my tolerance to 5. Control D. Oh, Control D. Okay, get my magic wand. Oh, what's going on? Huh. 255. That's why. Okay, just 5. Okay, Control D. Okay. Okay, so grab your magic wand, and then I'm gonna like just select. Well, maybe 5's a little too little. You could also just come in here and color these, but I kind of the magic wand, and then you can fill them in. Okay, so let's say we want to just fill this in with a blue. Okay, maybe up it to 10. Gonna let you pick a little bit more of the pixels. There we go. That's better. And then get your picker, and maybe we'll just use this nice blue here. Edit, get a fresh layer. No, not a group. Fresh layer, and then edit, fill. Okay, foreground. There we go. Control D. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm here. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So that is it in a nutshell. Have a great time. Just keep designing, and then I'll make a part 2 of more parts of the shoe.